start installing this tachometer. May or may not get to this today, but what I'm mainly worried about is installing this toggle switch here. I want to cut off my fuel pump whenever I turn the car off, as we've been having a problem with people stealing cars, and I know these cars are really easy to steal, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this process here. Pretty simple things you need: wire cutters, strippers, needle nose, multimeter, flashlight if need be. I like to use splice connectors because I don't like cutting the wire, so I try to keep it as OEM as possible under the dash, and then toggle switch of your choice, which I just had this one laying around, so I'm going to use that. Things first, we need to pull your main relay off, which is going to be hiding up here. Makes it a lot easier if you take off the fuse panel cover. First thing you want to do is figure out where your hot is all the time on the main relay, and then what is hot whenever you turn the key on. So what I like to do, which I'm missing this little bracket right here for the door, so I'm just going to stick the negative into that, ground it there, then set your multimeter to 20 volts, and then let's see if I can do this one hand. Try to do it from the back here. Okay, so then just go through each one, touch it, and see if it's hot. See there, 12.5. Then I go to the next one, 0. Next one, 0. Next one, 0. You just keep doing that to the same, or through each pin out, till you find which one's positive, which I'm pretty sure this one is the hot, but I like to go ahead and just check them all. Okay, so now we'll turn the key on, come back over here, check the same one for hot. We've established where positive all the time is, which is this pin out here. So now we're going to turn the key on to the on position, come back over here, test that one again, make sure it's still hot, which it is, and then go through each pin out and figure out which one is hot with the key on, which in our case is this black and yellow wire if you have the 88 to 91 Civic. Yep. So it's this wire here, one that's below the empty pin out. Okay, so now we know that this black and yellow wire right here, that's right below the one that is empty there, that is for your fuel pump to engage the power on the fuel pump. So that's the one that I'm going to splice into and run my switch wherever it is I'm going to run it, which at this point I'm not really sure exactly where, but this is the wire we want to tap into, the black and yellow. The thing we're going to do is disconnect the negative portion of the battery before we start going and cutting any wires, because you don't want to get electrocuted and you don't want to short your computer out. So this side, I think I'm going to use this toggle switch here. I think what I'm going to do is just kind of hide it, something like that, zip tie it in the back. That way I can just kind of hit the switch on and off. I thought about cutting something and pushing this through, I just don't want to cut any of the plastics. I'm too OCD about the thing looking like it's supposed to. So I don't want to, especially with these cars getting harder to find, I don't want to cut anything. So I'm just going to hide it kind of up on this right here. Something like that, maybe on the back side. I decided not to use this one because it has a glow light on it, and I don't want it to shine a red light back here and then you know, people will be able to see it. So I'm gonna go to the standard toggle switch, and I think that'll work a little better. Alright, I got my 2 wires that I'm gonna use for the switch. I just use these little crimp connectors here with some heat shrink over it on some 18 gauge wire, and then this can actually just connect right up onto your switch like this, one for your positive and one for your negative. What I ended up doing, I just got a clamp and clamped it to that metal brace there, and if you look, it doesn't move, and then I can flip it back and forth, and completely hidden. So next step is to run these 2 wires here and tap it somewhere into this black and yellow wire here, into the splitter. Actually, only one of these wires. The other one goes to a ground, which I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to ground it yet. Yeah, I said wrong originally. Those 2 wires, I don't know what I was thinking, but you don't ground one of them because we're cutting into the power. So basically, your 2 wires, or your wire that you had here, which is your yellow and black, you want to cut it in half, run 1 wire to that, to one side of the cut wire, run the second wire into the other portion of the cut wire, and then when you turn the switch on, it completes the circuit through here to be able to allow the fuel pump to turn on. When you turn it off, it cuts the power right here, and then the relay won't work. But you can see there's my switch. It's in the off position right now. And then have my wires running up through here into the relay. So just to show you, it does work. Look at here. Nothing with the fuel pump off. And then when I come up here and turn this switch on, you'll hear this click. And now it works. I'm gonna show you that it will work. My fuel pump takes a minute to come on. There you go, it works.